of roads, that is. Wherever you are, hello. And welcome to Yin Yoga. I'm Angie. I'll be teaching this class. It's about an hour long. And Yin Yoga is what I call a cold yoga. It's not very active. It's just a lot of stretching, holding them from 2 to 5 minutes depending on your ability. So knowing with any practice of yoga, you do what you can do. Listen to your body and know that there shouldn't be any pain. There shouldn't be any issues with overstretching. So knowing where to find your edge and not go beyond that edge, because the last thing you need is to overstretch muscle. So again, Yin Yoga is all yoga based, very meditative, and uses a lot of breath work. So all of the breath work that you've been taught in yoga before is utilized here. Each movement, lengthening of the body, inhale. Beginning to squeeze maybe, bend, crunching forward, exhaling, inhaling up. If you have a leg out and half dragonfly, inhale tall, exhale, coming forward as you stretch. And the deeper you stretch, each time you exhale. So remembering to use the breath to guide you through the move, through the stretching, through the deepening of the stretching. All right, a few things you may need. Blocks. Really important to have a block or something like a block. So if you don't have blocks, a firm pillow, a rolled up blanket, a tightly rolled up blanket works real well. Maybe some cushioning for the knees. So again, a blanket will be useful here. So if you have a couple of blankets and you can use them, it's time to get them. A strap is also really helpful, especially if we're doing, say, like today, caterpillar, and we're sitting up tall in staff pose and then exhaling forward into caterpillar. A band would help. So a yoga strap or band would help. If you don't have a yoga strap, it's fine. You can use a belt, you can use a resistance band, one of those that you get from PT. So those are just as helpful. What other things you might need? I have extra things here for my knees. So sometimes if I need cushions for the knees, I'll get my actual knee pad. And so we'll be coming into a lunge today. Dragon. Last week was pigeon. This week will be dragon. And so sometimes each time you do yin, it can be very. Anytime you do yoga or any activity, actually, your body can feel quite different. So just knowing, that if you have any of these things, props to help you, it's always good to have them. All right. So having that there, and we're going to start in meditation pranayama. So finding yourself in a comfortable seated position. You can be in easy pose, which is legs crossed. If your legs are crossed and your knees are pretty high, I recommend sitting on a block. So having a block or a bolster, if you even have a yoga bolster, which is just a very firm pillow, different sizes for different yoga practices. And so I like to use a block, and I sit on it, both sit bones firmly in the block, and then crossing the legs. All right, if you prefer lightning bolt, which is basically the 4 legs underneath you, the knees together. All right, that can be comfortable for some people. It can be extremely uncomfortable for those with knee issues. But if someone wishes to be in this pose and stretch the knees out, you can use a block right in between the legs, at the sit bone, underneath the sit bones, and this elevates you, reduces the pressure on the knees. So again, you can choose different ones. Welcome everyone. Who is here? Eunice, louder, okay. Yes, I'm having children practice music and I told them not to. So we're stuck with a little bit of classical for a bit. So I'll try and speak louder. Does that help? Is this volume better? Let's see, Eunice. Well, I'll try and speak louder, and then when I get my background music down and out, then I can, hopefully it'll me even better. All right, so choose the position you want for your seated position in meditation. So sitting up tall. Again, if you're in easy pose, switch the legs. So say if your right leg is normally forward, switch out and make the left leg come forward. Sitting up tall. And then just notice how each side can be different. So even changing the position of your legs just gives you an awareness to how each side can be different. So once you found your comfortable seated position, sit up tall, lengthen through the spine, each vertebrae opening up, top of the head reaching for the ceiling. Shoulder blades are back. Now really feel those shoulder blades kind of squeezing together. Not super tight, just comfortable enough. And feel the shoulders dropping down away from the ears. Deep breath in, lift up to the top of the head. And exhale, feel the chest drop, belly button pressing back. Inhale through the nose. Feel the chest rise, the extension of the belly. Exhale it out. Begin to close the eyes. Allow the hands to relax on the lap in any mudra that you wish. Palms up or down. Maybe meditation, palm upon palm, thumbs together. Deep breaths in through the nose if you can. Focusing on your three-part breathing, I'm going to begin to count for you. The inhale of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to pause at the end. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 3, 2, 1. Forcing you to hold that diaphragm. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4. Coming back to your normal breath. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling out the mouth. Deep pause now. Feel the air against the throat. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale, ha. Normal breath here, inhaling. Exhaling. And begin to remove all of your thoughts. Acknowledging them if they're there. Accepting them, but seeing if they can be moved out. Directing your mind inward. focusing on the breath. Knowing that the breath is the most important part of your practice. Always knowing to listen to it. If you notice that you're holding the breath, or if it's labored, your body is telling you to back off, to take it easier, to modify and adjust the pose. Even just come out of it into a resting position. Inhaling tall, arms come up, reaching up, lifting through the fingers. Exhale, hands come down, reach for the floor. One more time, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, just the right hand down. Nice deep breath in, really extend those fingers to the ceiling and exhale over. Think of an imaginary wall behind you. Press the shoulder blade back. Inhaling tall, reaching up. Both arms, realign the spine. Exhale, left hand down and extend over. Reaching over. Breathe. Inhale, lifting up. Extending through the fingers. One more time. Exhaling over. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe. Try not to crush the lungs, lifting up through the heart and extending. Slight difference here from this, and then up, reaching over. It's not how low you go, it's how far you can extend. Inhaling up, realign, exhaling over. Use that left hand to support you. Bring that right shoulder back slightly. Extend, lift the heart, lift the top of the head. Breathe. Inhale. Lifting up, reaching up. Exhaling, arms down by the thighs. Shoulders up. And slowly just press the belly button back, chin to chest. Inhaling up, just warming up the spine. Press the hands to the feet or to the thighs if you're in easy pose, and lift the chest. Inhale, slide the hands forward, chin to chest. Inhale, tall. Exhale, lift the heart, hands come back, support the spine if you need. And slowly bring the arms up, gently twisting to the right. One hand forward, one hand back. Lifting up through the top of the head. Inhaling, reaching up, realign. Exhaling to the opposite side. Again, feel the twist through the ribs, through the waist. Up, tall, good posture. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, hands come forward, chin to chest. And slowly lifting up nice and tall. Shoulders up and back. Remembering there shouldn't be any pain. We're going to come into our seats. So bring your feet forward. However you need to. If you need to swing the knees around if you're in lightning bolt, or if you're easy pose, just bring your hands back behind you and unwind one leg then the other. We're going to extend the feet out. Sitting in our staff pose, even adjusting so you feel the sit bones firmly into the mat or floor. And with a deep inhale, lift up through the top of the head. Exhale, hinge at the hips, not the waist, but the hips. Heart is leading. Top of the head is still reaching up even though we're bending forward. Breathe. Here you can use a strap if you need to. We're just going to stay here, note how you feel. Come right back up, inhale tall. If you need the strap, find it, use it. Otherwise, exhale forward. Really nice long spine. As you extend, hands might come to the shins. Maybe they're right at the thighs. Right? Maybe you're using the strap. Breathe. And slowly, with your breath, inhaling tall, which means lengthening the spine, not necessarily coming out of it. And then exhaling, see if you can bring that belly closer to the thighs. On your exhale, focus on the breath. Should be feeling a stretch through the back of the hamstrings and through the lower back. Now while you're here, begin to relax the shoulders, relax the face. And then slowly bring the toes towards you. This enhances the stretch if you want it. Release the toes if it's just too much. And we're going to hold this here for about 2 minutes. Let me get my timer. And about 2 minutes set. You're welcome also if you're finding that the knees are locking, you can place a blanket under the knees. All right, a cushion. Even if you want to, you can even use the blocks. And this helps to lift the knees. Blocks can be a little higher than you want. Blanket is much more adjustable, or a towel. Breathe. Again, there should be no pain. Acceptance of it as communicating to you when your body has found a limit, its edge for today. Progressively with practice, things will come. But again, it's a daily practice. Remember to use the breath to deepen into the stretch. Even adjusting the toes if you wish, and notice if bringing them back is now more available to you. "15 seconds. Gently move the head side to side. Eyes are still looking down or slightly forward depending on your position. And then inhale, slowly begin to walk the hands up the thigh, lifting up, reaching up with the hands. Inhaling tall. Exhale, hands come back behind you. Lift the chest. Just notice the arch of the back where you just stretched it, if there's any relief that you might be feeling here. Bring the knees in, gently side to side movements. Even opening up like a book, closing, windshield wipers. Breathe. Sitting up tall, knees are wider than your hips, and bring the feet in. We're going to begin supported, bound angle. Some people will call this butterfly. Again, here modifications are you can place pillows or blankets under the knees if the gravity is pressing too much for you, if it's too intense. Also, for those who wish to intensify or find more progress in this, you can sit on a pillow, a blanket, or a block and elevate the sit bones in the hips, and this allows for the knees to actually drop down a little bit lower. So if I was sitting on the floor, my knees would look like this, a little higher. But sitting on the block helps and assists the knees to open up a little bit wider and finding more of a stretch. So you can choose whichever one you want if you'd like to sit on that. Otherwise, if you have a second pillow or blanket or block, have it in front of you as we come deeper into this. And knowing you can always readjust yourself. So if you find that you prefer not to be on the block and you've come forward, you can always come and out of it, take the block out from underneath you and then come in. So Deep breath in, good alignment of the spine, adjusting anything you need for the knees. See if you can bring the heels in just a little bit closer, as long as there's no pain in the knees. And then slowly holding onto the ankles or even the feet, press the knees down as much as you can, just using the muscles. Breathe. And lift up, relax them. Notice where they are. Exhaling, pressing them down. Inhaling tall through the spine. And once you find that spot, it doesn't feel too uncomfortable, we're going to exhale forward. Use the hands, the arms to help press forward the heart. Bending at the elbow as you hinge again at the hip. Try not to hinge at the waist. Trying to keep a fairly flat back to begin with. So let me show you a side view. So the back is fairly flat. It's gently trying to get that natural arch of the lower back and then slowly coming forward. Well, once you found your edge and you can't go any further, that is where you stay. You use the block to maybe place your arms and relax here. And once you begin to relax, then you can release the shoulders down, feel the upper body arch forward, the head relaxes, the chin drops. And if you move further down towards the floor, it is with a movement of the lower back, not the upper back. So the upper back is falling forward, but it's the lower back that hinges forward. Breathe. And again, adjust yourself as you need to. And if you find you can go deeper, use your exhale each time. You might find yourself coming deeper into a pose. 2 minutes from here. One more minute. In this stretch, we're obviously stretching the inner groin muscle. We're also stretching your lower back and maybe, depending on how tight you are, up through your thoracic spine. The head stays in alignment with the spine, as we're not trying to twist here. A nice long spine. See if you can relax with each exhale. Areas you're feeling the tension, the inner groin, the lower back, the middle of your back. Maybe relax the hands, the face, even the lips. Maybe noticing them hang. And slowly, using your block, maybe coming up to your hands if you are on your forearms, or maybe you were already up, you just need to bring your hands back behind you. Slowly lifting up, supporting yourself, maybe with the knees as you press up against them and lift up through the spine. Bring your hands back behind you, fingertips towards your hips, and then slowly lift up. Again, you may be feeling this reverse, this counter pose of the spine. And slowly come forward, removing the block, and begin to extend. Right leg out, then your left leg. We're coming into dragonfly. So a lot of bugs this morning. From caterpillar to butterfly to dragonfly. It's all about spring today. Bring the block in front of you. If you have any issues underneath your knees, you can always place, again, blanket, pillows underneath the knees in order to bend them and give some relief. Also, it may decrease the intensity of the stretch if you need that. Sometimes I find I need even padding underneath the heels. So some days, depending on the floor that I'm working on, I'll have padding under my heels. And begin to just adjust your hips, finding that neutral position to begin with. Using the hands behind you maybe will assist to lift up through the spine. Notice if you're getting a gentle and natural curve to the lower back. And slowly begin to just press forward. The hands might come forward. And the chest, the heart reaches forward. Not necessarily down just yet. What's coming down is, say, the belly. The belly's coming closer to the floor. And this is where your block or blocks or pillow, blanket might be of assistance. So just come down maybe to the highest level and breathe here. Relax the feet. Allow even the toes to come forward. Now bring the toes up and bring those toes towards you. Feel the intensity of the stretch here. And know that you can always adjust yourself, move the calves out more in an external rotation through the thighs if you wish to deepen the stretch. Always knowing that this is where you can find your edge. Maybe on your next exhale, coming down to the next lower block, level of the block, or unrolling the blanket to a shorter height. And breathe. Again, here we're stretching through the hamstrings, the inner groin muscles, the inner thigh. The lower back will be stretched. Breathe. Maybe your hands, your arms might be coming to the floor. And again, just breathe here. Try and keep good spinal alignment. Try not to move the head side to side too much. About 1 more minute. And use your breath again to point out the areas where you're feeling the tension and see if the exhalation can help release that. Breathe. To the next highest level, rising up. Use your inhale. Breathe. Exhale, and on the next inhale, lifting up. Lifting up through the spine. Breathe. Maybe on the next inhale, maybe you've already reached the highest level. You just need to relax here and breathe. Bring your hands behind you. Press the fingertips towards your hips, allowing the elbows to bend, and lift the heart. Bring one knee in, then the other. Windshield wipers. You can bring the knees together and do this, or you can separate the knees out. Noticing how the joints and the hips are feeling, how the knees are feeling. Should be feeling very well stretched through your upper leg region, all the muscles in there. Inhaling tall, we're going to bring the legs forward again, but we're going to bend the right knee, squeezing it in. Coming into modified Lord of the Fish. We don't necessarily need to bend the left leg today. We're going to bring that right leg, bring the left leg over just an inch, and then the right leg comes over. This may be where you stay. All right, make sure both sit bones are on the floor. And then, again, good posture. You're lifting up through the spine. All right, we're going to bring the right hand down behind you, really close to the hip. So let me get a side view here. All right, and you can have the hand position with the fingers to the side towards you if you prefer more easily bending that elbow. We're going to try, I'm going to bring the fingers away because I like to try and lift up and lock through that arm. The left arm will come up, reach up, as if you're going to try and grab something, and then bring that elbow to the outside of the right arm. And this will begin to really help to move the heart and twist it around. Breathe. The elbow can be bent. Sit up tall. Reach up at the top of the head. Get a really good twist here. I'm going to stay here for about a minute only when switch to the other side. Breathe. Sometimes you can adjust even your body. So if you find just moving parts around, allowing you to maybe begin to extend the hand. But again, wherever you need to be, even if you just need to bring the elbow on the inside, and just use your hand on the outside and press it around, and then bring the shoulders around, bring the heart around. Lifting up tall. Breathe. And release that leg. Unwind, and just a gentle counter pose. We're going to twist gently to the other side. Inhale back to center. Bring that right leg over. And then we're going to go to the left side. I'll show you the left side. Right leg extends out. Both sit bones are on the floor. Bring the left leg in. Squeeze it into the abdominal region. I'm going to prepare my left hand back. And then slowly bring the left leg over the right. Adjusting anything you need to, even adjusting the abdominal region. Moving flesh out of the way if there's any. Breathe. Right arm comes up. Exhale. Try and bring that elbow to the outside. Again, if the twist isn't coming for you on one side, again, you can bring that elbow on the inner side of that left leg, and then just bring the hand around and then press it over as you wind the body around. So listen to the body. 1 minute here. And press that elbow into your outer left thigh. Helps to twist you around, wind you over, bring the heart over. 30 seconds. Still lifting tall, maybe looking over your left shoulder. Breathe. Remember to breathe. And slowly begin to bring that right arm up, down, unwind to the other side. Breathe. Counter pose here. Back to center. Squeeze that left leg in and out to the side. We're going to come onto our backs into supported bridge. So these will be counter poses to what we were doing. Now we're going to move the spine in the opposite direction. Have blocks nearby. If you don't have blocks, of course, blankets or a pillow, nice firm pillow. And slowly, arms forward. And using core strength if you can. If not, just come down onto your back. Exhale all the way down. Reaching, extending, coming into Banana Asana before we go into bridge. So your hands will come over to the upper left corner of your mat. You can scoot the shoulder blades over slightly, but not the hips. Hips stay in place. Now the legs go to the lower left corner of your mat. And you're forming a C shape with the body, stretching the right side for now. Breathe. The right leg will come over the left. Holding it here. Maybe the right leg is crossing over the left to increase the stretch. Inhale, nice and long, come back to center. Now we're going to the right side. So legs, hands will come over to the right corners of the mat. Shoulder blades can be moved, but not the hips. Hips stay right where they are. Shoulder blades will stay, both of them, on the floor, even if you move them. Head is between the arms. Maybe the left leg will cross the right. Breathe. Feeling the stretch on the left side of your body. See about pressing both hips to the floor, both shoulder blades to the floor. And relax into the mat, into the floor. Inhale, nice and long. Back to center, deep breath in. Exhale, hands down by the side, and bring your feet in close to the hips. All right, knees are hip width apart. Feet are in line with those hips, so those feet are hip width apart. All right, fingertips are almost touching the heels, so the heels need to be underneath the knees. It's kind of hard to tell, but a lot of times if you're really close with your fingers, usually you have your heels underneath the knees. All right, having your block or blocks nearby. First, we're going to go up and assess how we feel and then come down. And then we know pretty much what height we might want to have the block. You can have it on the lowest height, middle, or even on the highest. If you do the highest, you use 2 blocks on top of each other. Again, if you're using your blanket or bolster, go up as high as you can with them and then sink in. So first, engage the belly towards the floor. You're going to form a C shape with the belly. Tailbone, you feel automatically comes up. Heels begin to press to the floor and engage in the quadriceps and the glutes. The hips begin to rise off of the floor, slowly 1 vertebrae at a time, lifting up towards the ceiling. The knees are still in line with the toes, so they're pressing forward. Knees are pressing forward. See how high you can come, and then exhale it all down, 1 vertebrae at a time. So, having your blocks, bolsters, blankets, pillows ready, deep breath in. Gently bring the shoulder blades in. Press the belly button towards the floor. Tailbone begins to come up. Engage the legs, heels, quadriceps, glutes. Lifting up, finding that spot you'd like to relax down. And bring that block so it's right underneath the sacrum, your tailbone. Completely support yourself with the block as you begin to relax into the block, allowing the hips to lay on the block, disengaging the contraction of the legs, the glutes. Breathe. Feel the shoulders pressing into the mat gently. You might even feel a gentle constriction of your throat. And we're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. Breathe. And again, you can adjust yourself lower or higher if you find that you might be able to. So just adjust maybe to a lower block if you're feeling uncomfortable, if the lower back feels uncomfortable. Or if you find you can go up higher, reaching up, putting that extra blanket or bolster and relaxing down into it. Breathe. Shoulder blades down. Chin, you should feel it close to the chest. Slowly extending maybe the left leg. Just notice how the lower back is feeling. If you're feeling very sensitive there, then maybe bend the knees back. Exhale, maybe, if you're feeling all right, extend the right leg. And get into a completely full stretch of the anterior part of your body, in front of your body. The hands can be relaxed by you. They can be in a gold pose. They can even be extended completely over your head on the floor. Feeling a gentle stretch, or maybe intense, depending on how high you are, of your hip flexors, your lower abdominal region, your quadriceps, just gently on the quadriceps. You might even come into a bound ankle, so maybe the bottoms of your feet come together and you feel the knees come out and intensifying an inner groin stretch here. If you're feeling too much on the lower back, you can always bring the knees in together and the feet come out to the sides, outer sides of your mat. And this sometimes can help to reduce an intense stretch you might be feeling or tension you might be feeling in the lower back. So adjust yourself as you need to, listening to the body. 30 more seconds. And slowly begin to bend your knees. Shoulder blades still pressing into the mat. If your knees are already bent, maybe bringing them in closer, making sure that they're underneath the knees. Making sure the heels are under the knees. And begin to engage your glutes, engage the legs. Heels are pressing into the mat. And slowly lift up, remove your block or blocks. And one vertebrae at a time, coming down, slowly, breathing, bringing the feet forward just a hair away from you, and gently moving the heels, the knees side to side. Wind relieving. Bring the knees to chest, squeeze them, stretching out your back. A lot of back stretches today. All right, so take it slow and really be very mindful. Breathe. And we're going to come into a box clasp. So just bringing your hands up around as far as you can over the shin. Maybe elbows can clasp. Relax the head back, press the tailbone to the floor, and exhale, squeeze the arms around your knees. Inhale, but keep the squeeze. Exhale everything out. And relax, bring the hands to the knees one more time. Maybe bring the knees up and down, side to side. And gently, we're going to come up into a seated position. Maybe clasp the knees, come forward, just a counter pose here, stretching. Again, one more time. Lifting up, and then coming onto our knees. We're going to come into dragon. Our last pose, it can be the most intense. You will need probably as many supports as you wish for this. So you can have them under the hips, under the, and have your knee support as we'll be on a knee. I like to start off in a tabletop. And I like to use the blocks. All right, so this raises up the chest and helps to bring the knee forward more easily, as there's more space underneath me to bring one leg forward. You can come up on the highest level to do this even. So if you know dragon, you can come right into it. Otherwise, I'll get you through it. Movement by movement, right heel will go back. Press back, breathe. And then we're going to slowly bring that knee forward towards the head. Seeing if you can slide the foot forward. Breathe. And then bringing that knee over the ankle. Move and slide that left knee back more to help to find and intensify your stretch. Before you go too deep though, just move the hips side to side, extend the front leg back and forth, moving the hips back and forth, and just listening to the body, assessing how you feel. You can move side to side, you can even bring the arms and torso around. Bringing yourself lower, higher, just really being dynamic here before we settle into our dragon pose. And inhaling, coming up as high as you can. We're going to bring the right hand on the inside of the right leg. Bring the right foot out to the side, a little bit further, maybe 4 or 5 inches. You can come out to the edge of your mat as well. All right, and I like to start on the highest level of blocks. And again, here you're going to get nice, really intense stretch through your quadricep, inner thigh, through the groin muscles. Breathe. All right, you're also feeling it on the inside of the the left hip flexors. So through this section right here. And we're going to slowly start coming down. You may be right where you need to stay, on the highest level. Otherwise, we're going to exhale, dropping the blocks, and just come down one level. Breathe. Inhaling, long spine. Exhaling, maybe to the next level, down. Breathe. Maybe you're going to inhale and exhale, and maybe the hands will come to the floor. Slowly coming down, deepening the stretch. And then finding your edge. Breathe through it. 2 minutes. Again, adjusting anything you need to, whenever you need to. Listening to the breath, not holding it. yourself to relax areas of tension that you are feeling. Using your exhalation, bring the energy to that area, releasing, relaxing. Relaxing the face, the shoulders. Breathe. Slowly begin to come up to your next highest level. Take a breath here, cycle through it. And then up to the next highest level on your inhale. We're going to rise on inhales. So each time you inhale, you can come up to the next highest level. Breathe until you come up to your highest level, which may be where you were. And then slowly press the hip back, extending that front leg back, right hip back. Breathe. Coming forward, stretching through, bringing the right toes towards you. Feel the stretch through the hamstring, really opening this leg up, the circulatory system coming back up, lifting up, bending that knee. Use these blocks to help support the torso nice and high. And maybe you can slide that right leg all the way back, stretch it back, bring the hip down, square with the other one. And slowly back to your tabletop. Back where we began. Gently move hips side to side, stretch whatever you need. Dragons can be very intense depending on how much you look for your edge. I'm going to switch sides, so I change the cushioning of my knee to the opposite side. Deep breath in. Exhale, press the left heel back, stretch it back. And again, coming up as high as you can with the torso and maybe bringing that left foot forward into your lunge. All right, it's between both hands right now. That left knee is over the ankle. If it comes too far forward, you can put too much pressure on the knee, so just be very mindful of your knee in this position. Be mindful of both your knees. So if you need cushion, use it. Find kindness for yourself, kindness for each of your parts. All right. And again, this may be where you stay. This may be enough. You may be feeling that stretch through your right hip flexors right now, through maybe even the lower abdominal region. And lift up, reach up with the heart. Find yourself deepening into the stretch on the exhale. And slowly begin to move the hips side to side, assessing the hip entirely with the left leg forward. Stretching the front leg, bringing that left toe back, come forward. And then begin to settle in, finding your lunge, and then bring your left hand on the inside of your left leg. Bring the left leg out a few inches, maybe to the edge of the mat. Opening up here, deep breath in. Exhale, maybe come to the next lowest level. Maybe not, maybe you are exactly where you need to be. Breathe a cycle here. And notice if you've come to your edge, or if maybe you want to try the next lowest level. Breathe. Knowing you can always adjust as you need to, anything, the knees, the position of your legs, the extent, distance between your front foot and back foot. Exhale, and begin maybe to go deeper even. I'm going to go for about 2 minutes. Breathe. You can always move and adjust, test, find an edge. Breathe. Relax the face, the hands, the feet even. Feel them rooting to the floor. Deep breath in, slowly come up to your next highest level. Inhaling each time you rise up, cycle through the breath. Inhale higher. Breathe. Up at your highest level, hopefully at this point. And slowly begin to straighten the front leg. Press both hips back, square to the back wall. Breathe. Stretching, bringing the left toes towards you. Stretching that hamstring, coming forward. Lifting up tall, getting ready. You're going to bring that left leg all the way back. Extend it. Breathe through it. Stretch it out. Even move the hips side to side. And then come into your tabletop when you're ready. Breathe. Move your blocks out of the way, coming into your tabletop. One last bit of stretching for your back. We're going to do some cat and cow just to release any tension you may be feeling there. Your wrists, hands are right underneath the shoulder. The knees are right underneath your hips, so find where that may be for you. And exhale, bring the belly button towards the spine, lifting and arching the back, chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine to neutral. Exhale, belly drops, chin lifts, heart comes forward. Breathe back to neutral on an inhale. Exhaling into cat. Back to neutral, inhale. Exhale, cow. Breathe. Go a couple more times at your own pace. And when you're ready, come back to center. Press back into your child's pose. Heels come as close as they can. You can always place a block or a blanket between the legs if you're feeling pressure on the knees or even under the ankles if you have pressure under the ankles. And extend completely, stretching the back out. Bring the head up, look up at your fingers and walk them to the upper right corner of your mat. Stretch the left hip towards the left side, and you're stretching through the left side of your body now. Exhale, relax the head to the mat or to a block. Inhale, Look up, bring the hands back to center. Exhale to the left side. Press the right hip away towards the right. Breathe. Relax the head to the floor. Inhale back to center, coming up and coming into a comfortable seated position. We're going to just come back onto our backs into our Shavasana. So slowly bring yourself down to the mat, squeeze the knees in, extend the legs, point the toes towards you, feel the stretch through the hamstring here. And then slowly, using core muscles, bring the legs down to the mat. If you need to, windshield wiper. Breathe. Extend the heels down, hands relaxed by the hips. Press the fingers to the feet. This brings the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale through the nose, everything out the mouth. One more time. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale. Really press the belly button to the floor, exhaling everything out, and begin to clench the muscles, the glutes, the quads, the feet, the hands, bend at the elbows, the biceps, triceps, shoulder blades, everything is engaged, even the mouth, the face. Inhale, hold, exhale, release everything into the mat, surrender completely. Coming back to your natural breath. Having given yourself this 1 hour to listen to the body, to stretch through, opening up joints, connective tissues, releasing the body from so much tension that may be held there for whatever we're going through, a pandemic, anything that's going on in your mind, the clutter that we carry in our hearts, in our minds, just releasing it all for the 1 hour. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Gently moving the head side to side. Begin to bend the knees. And slowly move the knees side to side. Feet are on the floor. And when you're ready, allowing the knees to drop to one side, rolling over onto that side, maybe using the arm underneath as a pillow. Take a breath here, or two, before coming up into a comfortable seated position. Arms come up, reaching up, lifting up. Palms come to prayer. Exhaling, thumb comes down to the sternum, eyes are following. So chin is to chest. Feel the last stretch through the cervical spine. Slowly inhale the chin up. I thank you for coming and being here, practicing with me. I'm honored to be able to guide you today, knowing that you are your main guide, always. Showing yourself kindness, therefore going out and remembering to show others kindness by thinking kind thoughts, speaking kind words, and doing kind deeds. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Be careful out there. It's so windy here. So just know that that I'm thinking about you. And hopefully you could hear me, Eunice. So they quit playing. Maybe I'll have them play for you. That's a thought. All right. Be good. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Tomorrow is chair yoga at 2. And then next week, I'm going to be going through Prime Plus for Zoom sessions just for about 4 weeks on Tuesdays. The Wednesdays and Thursdays won't change. But Wednesdays will be a Zoom session as well. So I'm sure there'll be information out there as to how to get on the Zoom sessions and get the codes. And we should have some fun doing that. So I look forward to it. Take care.